versus normative economics. So as we know that India, before this Niti Aayog, before the policy formulation, India was having planning commission. So for that very reason, we are thinking that means what is happening, actually what is happening be there when we are thinking both the things in the same economy is known as positive or normative economics. Like positive means you can see positive economics talks about what is actually what is happening, what is there, what has to be done. So that is positive economics. But normative economics always talks about what ought to be, which means the planning, what we can do in order to improve the condition of the country, or what we can do in order to increase the production of the particular commodity. So in the economy, in our economy, we are having both the formats. What is happening, that is also there, and what has to be there, that is also there. So basically positive means the thing which is occurring at present, means the right now which is happening, that is positive, and in future what will happen, that is normative. So normative economics can also be referred as planned economy. When we are planning about the planning for the development of the economy, that will be referred as the normative economics. So two statements are given here. India's population have crossed 100 crore mark. India is the second largest populated country in the world. This is a fact. This is a kind of fact which we know. India should not allow its population to grow so fast. It must control its population. This is a kind of suggestion or planning which can be implemented in the near future. So the first statement describes what is happening. What is happening? So this is a positive statement, whereas the second one gives a value judgment of India's population. That means what? What can be done so that the population can be controlled and the development of the nation will be possible. So the second one is planning thing, that is the normative economics. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Raima, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So now there is one more statement. Workers will work hard if they are given more wages. Factories should increase the wage rate of the workers to provide justice for hard work. So the same thing, the first one is positive, actually what is happening. And the second one is, if we want to get this, we should work on this particular statement. That means this is the normative part. So there are some questions, there are some statements are there. You need to identify which is positive and which is normative. India has a large number of poor people. So what kind of statement it is, Raima?
Positive.
Positive, yes, Zeno. Raima,
Yes, ma'am.
what kind of statement is it? It is India has a large number of poor people.
Ma'am, positive.
Exactly. It is telling about what is happening actually. What is the current status of India? That is why it is positive. What will be the second statement?
Normative.
Yes, the government should spend more on education. It is the suggestion that the government should spend more on education. That it is not saying that the government has spent. Government should spend. Means government has to be, ought to be, do such things. So this is normative. Okay. Then third sentence, Raima. Poor people are suffering due to price rise of essential commodity.
Yes, ma'am, positive.
Positive. Yes, they are suffering.
Yes.
Bank has increased its interest rates.
Positive.
Exactly. Positive. It is acclaiming. The statement is acclaiming that bank has increased its interest rates. People should encourage. When there will be should, when there will be ought to be, it means these statements are
Nil.
normative. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Raima, what you are having means PDF you are having or book you are having for this subject?
Ma'am, book.
Book. Then open your this particular chapter. We'll be doing the question answers. You will be marking the question answers. Zeno, you have already marked this question answers.
Ma'am, I also have a guide.
Okay, you also have a guide.
Yes.
No, ma'am. I will mark because I was.
Ma'am, but I can mark also
Yes, yes.
some
Okay.
points.
I
Let me
was.
just bring my book.
I was doing my other class. I was busy.
Okay, so just do one thing. Mark the statements
Okay, ma'am.
from where the answer will be. Mark it, and from there you can frame your answers.
Okay.
Economics is a science of scarcity and choice. So what will be the answer, and from where we can get this? We can get this answer from okay. So we can get the answer from the first part. Why the screen is not moving? Yes, we will get the answer from here. At first, you need to write the meaning, what is scarcity and what is choice. So you will get the answer from here that the people, resources available with every individual or society are scarce. People try to achieve their goals by alternative use of these resources, which do by making appropriate choice. So economics was treated as science of scarcity and choice. You can mark this answer up to this part. From here till the last part. From here, you can write your answer number 1. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now, the next answer will be
मैम कहाँ से फर्स्ट आंसर कहाँ पर है?
यहाँ पर है. अभिषेक को वेट करो, फिर से बता दे. यहाँ से शुरू होगा ना. रिसोर्सेज आर दिस लिमिटेड अप टू दिस पार्ट. यहाँ से यहाँ तक में ही आपका फर्स्ट आंसर आएगा. अब आप इसको पॉइंट्स में भी लिख सकते हो एंड यू कैन डू इट बाय एज अ पैराग्राफ आल्सो. ओके.
एक सेकेंड.
हाँ, डू इट.
Yes, ma'am.
Then next question. Next question is, how does wealth definition of economics differ from the welfare definitions of economics? So here what you can do, you can only write the difference between wealth and welfare. Like we'll be having definition here. Just a minute. Wealth definition.
मैम तो कहाँ से कहाँ तक लिखना है?
Just a minute. बता रहे हैं. They viewed that economics deals with the phenomena of wealth. यहाँ से शुरू करना होगा, ठीक है, यहाँ से
Okay.
just a minute, ये जो दैट इकोनॉमिक्स है
हाँ.
वो दैट इकोनॉमिक्स नहीं करना है, द इकोनॉमिक्स.
Okay.
आंसर नंबर 2. द इकोनॉमिक्स डील्स विद द फेनोमेना. ठीक है, जेनो मार्क, जेनो.
Yes.
Okay, so this that you will not use, you will use the. Then come to the next line up to this part. Wealth, which includes nature and causes of wealth, creation of wealth by individual and nations. This is your definition for wealth. Okay, whereas welfare means welfare is both. You will start it from here. Welfare is both. Welfare is both.
Ma'am, it
Yes.
is third question, no?
No, this is answer 2.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is answer 2, not third question. This is answer 2. First part I told about wealth. You will be right up to that part. And second part, welfare is both quantitative and qualitative in nature. So consumption of goods and services increases in per capita income, etc. are quantitative aspects of welfare. Up to this part, like this example also you need to give. What is the problem? Okay, so in per capita income from this up to this. This is the second part. Second part of answer number 2. Primer ये welfare का definition होगा.
Okay. The welfare से start करना है, welfare तक खत्म करना है.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then answer number 3. What is question number 3? Did Alim join? Yeah. Hello, Alim.
Ma'am, I have joined.
Yes, you have joined, but we have finished the chapter number 1. Yesterday, you have not joined the class.
No, ma'am.
हाँ, so अभी हम लोगों ने खत्म करा हमारा chapter 1.
No, ma'am. I will see the recording class.
Recording. Yes, you see the recording, and we are only doing the this one definition. Sorry, question answers of this chapter 1. Then we'll move to chapter 2. The third question is difference between micro and macroeconomics.
मैम
This-
ये भी जो है ना आंसर मार्क कराया है, ये भी क्वेश्चन 2 का पार्ट है ना?
हाँ, वो अभी जो कराया welfare.
Okay.
Welfare है वो. So micro and macro, you can write it from here also. In this, what you have learned, the difference between micro and macroeconomics. You can consider this both as answer number 3.
Okay. And that's it for question number 3.
3, yes.
Okay.
Then question number 4. Distinguish between positive and normative economics. So this can be the answer. Positive and normative economics. This can be the answer number 4.
मैं उसकी वो सारा स्टेटमेंट नहीं लिखनी है.
For example, you can write one statement. Means one pair of statements you can write, for example. Means one positive statement, one normative statement. Okay. So we
Okay.
will be moving to the next chapter, chapter number 2.
मैम मैं कल का भी होमवर्क भेज दूंगी आपको आज.
Okay.
It is human one.
Yes, it is human wants. Lim, we are starting a new chapter, human wants.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So in our daily life, we are surrounded with some basic requirements like food, then we require shelter, we require many food items to survive. So all such kind of things are referred as wants, which we want to get in order to survive is known as wants. And as we are human beings, we are creating those wants. That is why it is known as human wants. So next, for first, it is in order to survive. From here, we can conclude with 2 points. First is for survival, we need food and other articles, which will be referred as wants. And the second point is in order to satisfy our
मैम आई हैव टू आस्क समथिंग.
yes ask.
मैम हमें जो क्वेश्चन आंसर करना है उसको वैसे ही कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं विदाउट लाइक राइटिंग इन टेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर्स.
क्या I couldn't understand.
मैम मतलब हम बिना हेडिंग के मतलब कि हम इन टर्मिनल क्वेश्चंस करना उसको लिख के कुछ आंसर्स करने हैं या हम वैसे कंटिन्यू कर दें 1.1 से.
बिना हेडिंग के मत मींस व्हाट दैट इन टेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस एंड टर्मिनल क्वेश्चंस ये पूछ रही है.
हाँ
यू राइट डाउन टर्मिनल क्वेश्चंस. नहीं
ओके
तो फिर कैसे पता चलेगा कि which one is in text, which one is terminal.
ओके.
In text questions answers you are already having in the book, है ना, बुक में ही दिया हुआ है इन टेक्स्ट का सारा आंसर्स.
हाँ मैम.
हाँ, और टर्मिनल का you need to search and write.
ओके.
Okay. So first point is for survival we need food and other articles, which is referred as wants. And second point is in order to satisfy our wants we need income. Okay. So this wants and income can further be categorized by two things. Wants will be referred as the demand which we are doing, and income will be referred as resources to satisfy those demands. It can be either by us, it can be either by anybody. Means whosoever has their want, they must have the income to satisfy those wants. So all these things we are going to read in this particular chapter. First, the meaning of want. It is a human nature to have many goods in life. We want to have many goods in life. At a particular point of time, we need many things to survive. So there would be an endless list of such wishes. Wishes, our desires cannot be over. Once we have achieved one thing, then we'll again wait for another thing. We start desiring another thing. Suppose you had a new mobile phone of any of the brand you had, but after getting that mobile phone, if you see your friend has a new mobile phone, you will want to get that particular mobile phone. So this is what? This is a kind of desire. This is a kind of want which is kept on increasing and in continuation mode. So one may desire a good house, a car, a computer, good food, decent clothes, and so on. How can one get all of these? So it is not possible to get all the things at the same time. At particular time, you will be able to satisfy a particular want. Why? Because the resource to satisfy that want is limited. As we know that we cannot have unlimited income. Our income is limited, but our wants are unlimited. So basically, in order to survive or in order to exist, whichever thing we are expecting to have, that will be referred as want. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Alim, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So now the next difference will be difference between wants and desire. There is a difference between want and desire. We can desire for anything. I can desire for anything because there is no foundation for desiring the thing. But until and unless we are having the capacity to pay or purchasing power, those desires cannot be termed as wants. Means I can desire Mercedes Benz, a car. I can desire a big house. I can desire a shopping mall. It is my desire. Definitely I can have. But until and unless I will not be able to buy that particular thing, means the purchasing power, the money power, the income, if I don't possess all the or such income to purchase those things will not be considered as wants. Those will be termed only as desire. From this particular diagram, you will be able to understand desire for a good or services. Possible, we can have desire for anything, but a desire will only transformed or converted into want when we have money to purchase and willingness to purchase. Means desire, money, and willingness, when all these three things combined together or worked jointly, then only we'll be able to term the thing as want for good or a service. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Alim, clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So now the next point is how do wants arise and grow? How a want arise and grow. Suppose as a human being, the first thing which is very difficult for us to manage is our hunger. So whenever we feel hungry, whenever we feel thirsty, we ask for, we desire for food and water. So the first thing, the desire or as per the human behavior, as per due to the birth, we are having some inbuilt human behavior, inbuilt human potential, which has to be satisfied. So when we want to satisfy all those basic, or we can say those biological needs, the hunger, the thirst, the sleep which we need. So these are the biological needs which is associated with us since from the birth. So when we want to satisfy those biological needs, we want certain commodities. So that is the reason the want arises. Secondly, as there is development in the civilization, earlier people were having no, they don't have fire. They don't know to cook the food. What they used to do, they used to plug the fruits and plug the and used to take the vegetables and eat them as raw. Later on, after the invention of fire, they came to know that these things can be cooked, boiled, cooked, and after boiling, the taste of the particular thing will change. So it means after the growth of the civilization, after the development of the civilization, people came to know that there are many other form of using the same commodity. So by this, now the people requires means to have the fire, means to cook the food, means to serve the food. So gradually what happened? The want arise from the hunger. And later on, after the development of the civilization, development of the people's desire, the thing has grown into another format. Okay.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now man's taste, now we can see due to discovery of fire, new food items came into existence. The taste has grew and expanded. A large variety of foodstuffs came into existence. As regard to clothing, earlier there were no clothes. People were using no clothes. Later on, they learned to wear clothes made of leaves. Then as on the civilization goes on increasing, goes on developing, nowadays we are having stitched clothes. We are having stitched clothes. Later on, now we are having branded products. So this is all the thing which has grown all because of the development of the civilization. As people came to know about the new things, they are demanding for such things. So fashion is changing and the whole thing is changing. Earlier, people used to construct kacha houses, houses made of mud, straw. Later on, they have started making pakka houses. And nowadays, yeah, and nowadays we are having apartments, high-rise buildings, villas, bungalows, many things we are having. So which means what? Due to development of the civilization, the desire of the human has changed and now we can ask for anything as per our requirement. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Then how the wants can be satisfied? The wants can be, just now I told you, the wants can be satisfied with the help of resources. So here, whichever thing we want to have, we must have the purchasing power. For that, we require income. There should be income. If there will be no income, there will be nothing to satisfy the want. So you can see, do all our wants get satisfied? No. As soon as one want is satisfied, another takes its place. Our want increases because we desire to live a better and comfortable life. As just in the beginning only I told, our wants cannot be satisfied and our wants cannot be limited. As now we will satisfy one of our wants, we'll go for another want. So for such things, we need income, and income can be generated with the help of production. Goods and services are to be produced with the help of resources. Which are the resources here? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. These four things are known as four factors of production. Land, labor, capital, and enterprise. These things are known as factors of production. Please mark it, Raima and Alim. This is known as factors of production. In order to produce goods and services, we will always require these four factors of production. So with these four factors of production, which will help in the production of goods and services, so that the wants of the human being can be satisfied. And as we are helping the producers, or the producers are making use of all these four factors of production, they are paying for such things. Without the payment, they cannot use these four factors of production. So for land, they are paying rent. For labor, they are paying, for land, they are paying rent. For labor, they are paying wages. For capital, they are paying interest. For entrepreneurship, they are paying profit. So all such things are the payment, which will, if we will combine all these things, it will become income. Okay. If we combine all the four things which we are getting as against using the four factors of production, it will be referred as income. So without income, the wants cannot be satisfied. On the other hand, if the producers will not produce the goods with the help of factors of production, the wants cannot be satisfied. So from this particular paragraph, we can understand that all the wants cannot be satisfied by an individual. At a time, you can satisfy only one want. At a particular, because why at a time we can satisfy only one want? Because the wants are unlimited and the resources for satisfying them are limited. So it is therefore not possible to fulfill all our wants, though a single want is satiable. Satiable means satisfiable. At a particular point, you can only satisfy a particular want. You cannot satisfy all the wants because your wants are unlimited and resources or means to satisfy them are limited. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll be keeping it till this part. Tomorrow we'll be starting with this characteristics of want. This chapter is also very small. We can finish the chapter tomorrow itself and we can move ahead with next chapter. Only
Okay.
5 pages means only 5 pages chapters are there. So tomorrow only will be finished. Already we have reached till page number 3. Actually page number, yes. We have reached till page number 3. This is page number 3. So two more pages will be there. Tomorrow we'll be finishing it and we'll be moving ahead with the question answers. I have already uploaded the notes of this first chapter in the resource section. Okay, Raima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for revision, you can go through that notes also. Chapter 1 question answers completed, Raima?
Ma'am, I'm doing only. I will send you
Okay.
evening.
Okay. Zeno, chapter 1 completed. Zeno is there. Zeno is not there. Okay. Might be